Welcome. This is a Tools of Fortune video response for viewer questions that I didn't get to. And the first question is for the quiet altar. Will the issue at work out tomorrow? Will the issue at work out tomorrow? We're doing a 3-card yes/no exploration. So, what it looks like, quiet altar, is that maybe the issue at work worked out for you on Monday, but decision was really difficult. So it started out here is that the issue at work was draining. It emptied you out. And at the end of the decisions and everything in there, you were done. It was at the end. It was the end of it. Whatever happened, it was the end. But out of that comes the fruits of your labor. The fruits of your labor with the 9 of Pentacles. So it was difficult. Your Monday issue, because today is Wednesday, and I'm sorry I didn't get to this before, but this is what came from it. So we're looking at starting in a place of where it was stuck. It was stuck. Whatever happened, it was stuck. It got stuck in place. And then you hit it with this 10 of Swords. And that 10 of Swords, everything just stopped in its track. But the sun rose on this. And from this came this 9 of Pentacles. So 10 plus 9 is 19. 1 plus 9 is 10 or 1. So in numerically, it looks as though you are back at square one again, but something good came of it. Comfort, leisure, or you can now enjoy the fruits of your labor. I hope that helps. All right, we'll put that over here. The next question is coming from the Thomas 5461. And I'm understanding in this situation is that you are separated from your children, from your babies, and you want to know what pathway is needed in order to gain your children back, your babies back, and how you can be reunited with them. And so in this sense that your babies are separated from you, it feels as though the whole foundation of your life has been taken out from under you. You, as you said in that live stream, it is though my legs have been amputated, and I am without them, I am incomplete. And so let us just see what the tarot has to say about that. We're doing the fast method today. I did ding my bell before I turned the camera on. So let us see what happens. How can the Thomas 549 win her babies back? How can she get her babies back? And make the Thomas family whole again. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for the Thomas family, now and all throughout their journey. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, the Thomas family. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for the Thomas family, now and all throughout her journey. Okay. Start with this card. We'll do 4. We'll do 5 cards. So, in this sense, you're depressed. You're with the 4 cups. But this is like how to gain your children back. So what I see here is that the crux of this issue is about the Emperor, and that's a foundational card. It's a 4 card, a 4 number. It's a foundational issue in that you need to create a solid foundation under you. Be responsible for what you have. There's a responsibility issue. Maintaining order, finding your inner emperor and living out of that reality, out of being holding on to your power, your agency. So it is discovering your agency within, discovering your emperor, and build a solid foundation under you. And then you, throughout this whole experience, you will be needing to replenish your energy from star energy, and this is your pool of energy. This energy that is, the star card is all about the restoration and healing of the self. In some sense, what has been going on is that this energy that is yours has been poured out onto the ground. And as a result, you kind of feel depressed and depleted, and you are in a rut, and you need to rediscover who you are. I guess that's probably where this goes over here, where that rediscovering who you are is finding your agency, finding your power. And in that, that's the solution. I see that as the solution to how do you get your babies back. But what is sitting here also is this 2 of Swords in the reverse, is that you're in a place of indecision. You need to decide what is the right thing to do. You have to be replenished. And this could also be that resultant card of you getting your babies back. And also that sits in at this place of why that you need to find your power, to be responsible and build your foundation, is there is some emotional immaturity, and you're acting in a childlike way, and you need to not be a child. You need to grow up, put your hat on, put your emperor hat on. Grow up. and build a solid foundation. That can also be a financial foundation as well. And then we look at this card, the star card. Well, this is about you needing to constantly replenish your spiritual, emotional energy and not lose hope. Does that help at all? Does that help at all? So, and essentially, and just to recap, what we're looking at is that, in one sense, you are being constantly pulled away, and there's an opportunity here in this to rediscover who you are, but where you're at is right here. Like you're sitting under this tree, kind of depressed. You are pouring your energy out on the ground. Now, eventually some of it is ending up in the pool, but you really need to concentrate on putting your star energy into the pool and be replenished and make better decisions for your life and grow up. That's kind of what I see. But let's just go take a look at the up and down energy. And your down energy is that of 11, 12, 13. It's the down energy is that of the 4 in reverse. So you don't have a foundation. Your foundation is not under your feet. Your foundation, you're without a foundation. And then you have this other energy that is here of 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 7. So we can look at that of like you need to really examine your life. 7 as in being the hermit, or kind of withdraw back to yourself. Rediscover yourself. Rediscover who it is that you are. Rediscover who you are and become yourself. And then 4 plus 7 combined equals to 11 and 2. And so 2 is more of about a balancing of the yin and the yang. And 11, if we're looking at the 11 as a major arcana card, now 2 as like high priestess, that's intuitive energy, gaining your intuition. Again, it's kind of like this star thing. You are replenishing yourself and not listening to childish voices, not making better decisions, and listening to this voice inside of you, the one that is responsible. And from that comes 11, which is, I see it as like the justice card, or bringing justice into your life. So how can you win your babies back? It is through justice. It is through justice. The balancing of the scales and rebalancing those issues that you are, for what causes you to be out of balance and causes your foundation to be crumbling. Okay? I hope that helps. The next question was from Cherie, and she's asking the question, does the man I'm with really love me? And then, so essentially it's a question about the man that she's with. She's with a man, and he's exhibiting signs that maybe he doesn't love her. Or maybe Cherie is not able to adequately read her man and what her man is doing. So, okay, we're going to do a 3-card yes-no exploration about, does the man she is with really love her? So I'm going to put this video up with minimal editing, probably no editing at all, because if I probably edit it, then it will it won't get done at all. So I'm just going to upload it, trim the beginning and trim the end. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. I do lives as often as I can. So here we go. Let's come to Cherie right now. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Cherie. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Cherie now and all throughout her journey. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Cherie. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Cherie now and all throughout her journey. Here. Does the man she is with really love her? Does the man she's with really love her? Well, what I'm getting here is that the man may not love you. The man may not love you. It is not a hard no, but it is it's a no with a question mark. That's the way I interpret this, a no with a question mark. So it's questionable. And so what may be going on here is that you, Cherie, are putting tons of effort into this relationship, but you're not really getting anything back, and that's what you feel. And you feel as though you're being deceived. So it's like this. It's your star energy, and you're pouring this energy into it. You're pouring the energy into your man, and so all this effort that you're putting in is feeling as though the crop is withering and dying away. But you still maintain hope that your man loves you. And with that, you're having a come to Jesus moment. You're having a moment where in this 7 of Swords in the reverse, that maybe you're being deceived, or it's maybe a bit of a self-deception. So that's where that maybe issue is coming from here, that maybe he doesn't love you anymore, because you are you do have to ask him. And if you're married, you should really consider getting couples counseling. So we're looking at my up energy is 8. You're trying to manifest in that a manifestation number, trying to manifest hope and optimism in here. But then what the result you're getting here, 7 and 7, 14, 5, is an inability to change. And so 5 is about, change, challenge, and freedom. But what you're not getting is you're not getting any changes here. You're putting all this effort in, and you're not getting a change. The challenge is not being met, and you have no freedom. There is no freedom in this situation. Okay, this is probably not the information you were seeking. And the total, let's say, look, the total there is 12, 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. So this whole issue is all about your foundation, the foundation of your relationship. So the foundation of your relationship is what is in trouble. It's a foundational issue, and so if you are married, go seek couples counseling. If you're not married and you want to see if this relationship is even worth going forward, well, you still may need to see a outside force, an outside agency, in order to evaluate what is really going on in your relationship to help you to communicate. Because there is a question about love here, and that the love is questionable. But without really adequate communication, without really being able to look and listen to what's going on here, it is very difficult. And so let us take from here, I'm just going to take a card at random right here, and what we have is test. And so this is a test of your resolve, a test of life's challenges, how life is challenging you is causing this foundational issue. And let's just take another card and see what it has to say. So, but you might be looking out for some surprises. Some surprises may be on the horizons. Maybe, you pass through this and you embrace the energy and everything that is here, what is going on, and to see what the universe has for you. And so, but then it may involve here, Cherie, that you need to really think about having a commitment. So you're looking at the commitment issues here. There may be some commitment issues and so forth. And so, anyways, that was my advice is if you want to try to save this relationship, this is a test that you're going through. Something surprising may happen, but you should really consider an outside agency, a couples counselor, to guide you through this process. And if you are married, you're really needing to honor your commitment in this moment, and that's what this card says. Okay, I don't know, that's probably not what you wanted to hear, but I wish you the best of luck, and come back if you have some more questions. Now, I wanted to alert your mind to the viewer right now that I do have on my post a place for you to post your questions. And please take advantage of this and post your questions there, and I will get to you as soon as I possibly can. And so we're going to go to Zulu. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm just going to call you Vand. And Vand has asked the question, what's coming for me from my relationship? And you're having some financial issues. Okay. Let us just mix and match the cards together. What is coming for Vandalu's relationship? What is coming for me? What is coming for them? What is happening in their relationship? Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Fan Dilsaloo, now and all throughout the journey. Okay. Okay. All right. What I see here is that you're suffering with a lot of everything seems like it's come to a halt. Things have come to a halt in a relationship, and you are there's conflict, and you're constantly having to defend yourself and be on the defensive. And so this is you in your relationship, and all this stuff is coming at you, and you're constantly having to be like in that movie, that old TV show Kung Fu, and he fights with a staff. I think that was from like the 70s and 80s. A television show, Kung Fu. And that's kind of the image I'm getting of you, of fighting off attackers. And so with your partner, you're at each other's throats all the time, and you're fighting, and then there's a sense of being dejected, and you've lost your swords, you've lost the energy to fight. And then when you do win an argument, it don't feel good. It don't feel good at all. And so what you're gaining out of this is a different perspective, and in a sense that you are like this person, and you're hanging up on a tree upside down, powerless to go forward, powerless to go anywhere. You're just kind of stuck in here, not making any progress. You're just going forward at a very slow pace, and maybe you don't even feel inspired to be in here. But the resulting, what I see of the results here is that in the end of going through all this stuff is the building of a brand new foundation. A brand new foundation in your relationship. So, like this, you're out here, and you got these 4 wands here, and you're coming into a place where you can build your house, build the house of your love, and you can celebrate, come into a celebrating state. And so just take a look at the energy of these cards here. Take this out. And it's all pretty much all up cards, just one down card. The 12, 1 plus 2 is 3. So we're looking at a 3 in the down position is like there is an inability to express yourself. So one of the core issues that is coming in your relationship is an inability to express yourself or to be creative in this situation. And in your up energy is, we got 5. 5 and 7 is 12. 12 and 12 is 24. 24, 2 plus 4 is 6. So that's about balance. And then we have this other 4 over here. And all together, that's 10, 1. So we're looking kind of like a new beginning. And all totaled, it's a 4. The whole thing that's going on in your life is all foundational. What's coming for you in your relationship are foundational matters, things that without solving these issues, without solving these fundamental issues that are going on in your relationship, then you won't come into a place of where the sun is shining, your house is built, and you have this cause to celebrate. You won't be in a celebrating state. Okay? Does that help you any? And so you also ask a question about financial issues. What are your financial issues? We'll just go take a look at this money. I got this money and finance deck, and so we'll take a card from what are the financial issues that are coming your way? What are the financial issues coming your way? We got Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you. Blessed is the fruit of your womb, Thandalu's. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Thandalu's all now and all throughout Thandalu's journey. Okay, this one just popped out. And this one is about cutting ties and burning bridges. You may need to, what it says here, within your financial situation, you may need to cut ties and find a better job. But just make sure whatever you do, you don't burn the bridge behind you. Don't burn that bridge behind you. Cut ties, and then there's a place where you can come to cultivate a new kind of financial abundance. Cut ties with your financial situation, and then move forward by building something new. But make sure that whatever you do, that you are not burning your bridges behind you, and then you make progress now. You make some movement towards making better decisions and coming into a more healthier place. And here it is, progress again. Progress. So it's all about forward movement. Cultivating your finances, cultivating cultivating that experience. The finances, your job, growing a new crop, cultivating, just like think of farming, but you want to have some forward movement and making progress. Okay, does that help? All right, thank you. Okay, the next question is from the Rainy Days, and Rainy Days ask for a general reading. So I think with this one, I'm going to go into the missal and get some ideas. See what it has to say. What does and I think I'm going to do a clear the air here. Mother Mary, the Rainy Days has a question. Mother Mary, Rainy Days is just looking for guidance. For what does Spirit want Rainy Days to know right now? Oh, one. That was kind of a weak spin. Page 1. But it's something in the beginning, so we're looking at a new beginning with the number 1. Nope, it jumped tracks. Too rambunctious of a spin. So the next number is 3, 1, 3. So 3 about self-expression. 1 plus 3 is 4. It's foundations. And one more number. 135. 135. So page 135. All right. And then, so total, we're looking at 9. That's about completion. 5 is change. 3 is creativity and self-expression. And 1 is a new beginning. Beginning anew. And so we're looking at page 135. And I'm just going to read it here. So we're starting out with the Christmas Eve Vigil Mass. And what happens on the Christmas Eve is the coming of a new spirit. And so we're looking at the coming of a new spirit in your life. And so Paul explains the mystery of Emmanuel, God with us, to the Jews in the synagogue of Antioch. The people knew their history, their bondage in Egypt, and the great King David. God saved them in the past, and he continues to do so now and on a much broader scale through Jesus, a Savior for Israel. Today, a Savior for me and you. And so the way that Jesus saves is by you coming into contact with your inner God experience, that law that's written on your life, and that you love yourself, you love God, and you love others. And that's the whole Jesus experience, and becoming acknowledging that indwelling of God with us, but God in you. Emmanuel, the God with us, the God with you, and realizing that. And that's the message of the Christmas, what Christmas is. And then so when Paul, that's what goes on here. He just talks about that. A reading from the Acts of Apostles. When Paul came to Antioch, he entered the synagogue, and motioning to them for silence, he began, "Fellow Israelites, and you others, with reverence for our God, listen to what I have to say. The God of the people of Israel once chose our fathers. He made this people great during the sojourn in the land of Egypt." So going off from Egypt, out of bondage, going into the desert, and learning who you are in the desert. And that's what the whole desert experience is. Confronting your demons, confronting being challenged, being hungry, eating of the manna from heaven every day, that God provided food for you every day in the desert. And then finally crossing over into the land of milk and honey, in that progression from bondage into discovering and rediscovering who you are through the hardship and the scarcity of the desert. And then coming into a place where you see who you are. You have this realization of the God with us, the God in you, because you've gone through this experience, through the experience of the desert. And in that, a new spirit is born into you, a spirit that will grant you creativity, or being able to express yourself. And then we have the change. It becomes a change, so that in that 135, which is about 9, which is about completion, and in this experience, gaining a sense of completion within yourself, the rainy days. That's kind of what I see. Of going through a challenging situation. So going through a challenging situation in order to learn something that will cause you to be born into yourself, born again into yourself, that you will have this spirit born into you, this new spirit born into you, a new fresh beginning that will allow you to be more creative, that will allow you to express yourself, to know who you are, and to go through these challenges, that exist here in this 5, which will give you more freedom, and with that momentum of the 1-3-5, bring you into a place where you will have finished that lesson and feel more complete within yourself. Does that help any? Does that help any at all? But let's go take a look at the crosswords oracle and see if it has any other words to say for you. All right. Blessed is the fruit of the womb, Jesus, Holy Mother of God. Pray for the rainy days now and all throughout his journey here. Okay, I pulled out 2 cards, 3 and a 5. So, again, 3 and a 5, and that comes up to 8, and that'll be 8. We have 3, and we have 5. Now that equals to 8, which is a manifesting. So you're going to be manifesting these spirits of change, of freedom, of expression, freedom of your expression. And let's just see what words you have that come out here. And so one of the words that popped out is oak. Oak, so I thought, not oak like a tree, gaining rootedness in yourself and being strong. Oak wood is typically a strong wood. It burns a long time. It's good for firewood, for fueling your life. So think about the oak. And then we have this sense of energy, of a new energy, energy, gaining energy from that oak. And then the first word, of course, that I saw was ideal. And so of idealism, an ideology, ideas, gaining a ideal. And so oak, energy, and ideal, whatever that means for yourself. And then you redeem the ticket. Redeeming. Redeem. So redeeming yourself. Turning the ticket in and gaining something of it. And this is the 5. And gaining a new energy. Becoming strong within yourself. And learning something in the process. Okay? Now let's take a look at this other card. The 3 one. And bonus. Bonus. A gift. So if it was a bonus from work, something coming into your life that you were not expecting, a new energy, a new thing. And again, there's oak again. Oak twice, so you have to think about the tree oak. Contemplate that tree, the tree oak. And then obey. In learning some obedience, learning how to be obedient to a higher power, to powers that be in your life. And then in that, learning how to roar. And I think of a lion that roars, that you go inside and you grab that energy and you let it unleash it into the world. So you are manifesting your energy, your roaring, your that inner lion within you, that strength. And in that, you can come into a place of completion. So you can take a look at these cards a little bit further. Maybe there are some words that pop out to you that make sense to you, and contemplate those words. The first words that pop out to you, contemplate those words. Okay. All right, so let's go do the last one. Blob Bag 6,000. Blob Bag 6,000. And if I remember with his situation, he is living with his ex. He wants to leave, but he can't figure out how to do this. I tried to move out, but I can't leave. And so why? Why is this happening? And so we're going to start by clearing the air. It's bringing our mind to this moment. Bringing our mind to this moment right now. Blob Bag 6,000 has a question. Mother Mary, Blob Bag 6,000 wants to know about why he is manifesting his ex into his life. I'm going to start here by trying to figure out what the vibe of this situation is. And we're going to just mix the cards up. Mix, match, mix, match. Manifesting your ex. I tried to move out, but I can't leave. Why am I manifest? Why is Blob Bag 6,000 manifesting his ex? What is going on here? Okay. So you're suffering in silence, but there's a harmony that's here. Though you have these unspoken desires, these feelings, broken dreams, and you are in a state of silence about them, but yet in this situation there is harmony. Memories of the peace that you once had. And you're drowning. And in this, you're drowning. You're drowning, or you are becoming up for air. You're in over your head. But this kind of in the reverse position suggests that you are learning something here, but you are drowning, but you are coming up for air. And we have this sense of a karmic action going on. And so you're living something and living through something that you need to live through while you suffer here in silence. So let's see. So let's ask the question, is Blobbag 6000 manifesting his X? Is Blobbag 6000 manifesting his X? You're doing a 3-card. Yes, no exploration. Is he manifesting his X? Well, that's a no. You're not, actually. But there's a question about that. Are you manifesting your X? And so this is a no, but it's got a question mark attached to it. And what sits behind this no is that you're going through a difficult time. And this is a financial, if you look at it in this sense, you're having financial difficulties. You may be tied here. You may be tied to living as roommates with your ex because you can't move out because financially you can't afford to move out. But at the same time, you feel overburdened. You feel like there's no end in sight, like you will never get out. But this other card says that luck changes. There will be a turning point where something else will happen. And so that's kind of what it shows, that there's hope that you will get out of this. But you got to pass through something first. So what we're looking at, 5, 10, 15. So in that, you're in a state that's about being not in love. That's the love card. 6 is the love number. But so there is no love here. But at the same time, a new beginning is on the horizon. There's a new beginning coming. But there's disharmony and there's no love here. Okay? Does that help? I hope that helps. Thank you. And I apologize for taking so long to get to everybody's questions. The Olympics are on right now, and I have been watching the Olympics. They only come like once every 4 years, The Winter Olympics are my favorite. But anyway, that's all I got for you. Come back for more live streams, and make sure that you post your questions on the posting page, and I will either get to your question in the next live stream, or I will do a video response like this one and try to answer as many questions as possible. And so blessings and peace to you, and I wish everybody the best of luck. Bye.